Yo guys, it's LGL back with another YouTube video. Trying to pump out this content as quick as I can. Today we're in a different background, a very nice background. Oh, before I show you the special guest, we've got a brand new series on the channel. What I'm going to go ahead and try to do is go ahead and see loads of people's collections in the hobby. So first of all, I've got a special guest next to me. He's going to walk me through his collection, why he collects X, Y, and Z, if he's looking to grade anything, and how maybe he got into the hobby as well. So, without further ado, let's get into the video and show you the special guest. So the special guest for today's episode is nonetheless of a good friend of mine, eltorocards. Second YouTube video on the LGO channel, and you're the first guest.
Thank you. Why am I not the first?
Because it was a solo video.
Oh, okay.
But yes, so what we're going to go ahead and do, Jason, is, if you don't know Jason, he does YouTube himself. He's been doing it quite a while now, quite established on YouTube. Been doing pretty well. He's doing a lot of London Card Show vlogs.
Yeah.
If you see him at London Card Show, I also help him record and everything. But I thought I'd start the YouTube alongside Jason. So starting a new series today, which is kind of walking through people's collections, and I thought you'd be the first one. So we're going to walk through kind of what stuff you have, how you got into the hobby, why you got into it, did you collect when you was younger, and kind of walking through some of your collection bits and kind of why you collect it.
Sweet. Let's get into it.
So it's time to walk through Jason's collection. But first of all, what made you get into the hobby and when did you get into it?
I think like everyone, everyone started out when they were younger collecting match tags, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. So when I was younger, I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh fan than Pokemon. I think because when I watched TV shows like the original Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh GX with Jade and Yugi and all that. Always collect match tags in school. I remember, I think it's really weird. Like out of all the cards I remember in match tags, there's two that I remember. I've got the Gareth Bell limited edition. I think it was Man Match, like 100 Club or 100 Club.
100 Club, they were the ones back in the day.
And then there was a Steven Gerrard, and it was all black and gold. I remember that. Yeah, they were the ones. But yeah, I used to collect them, and then I think like everyone, most people start, went to school, carrying on with their lives, and then. I think it was 20...
I remember you dropped me a text like, it was like 2021, I think maybe?
2021.
2021, you dropped me a text and said, I kind of want to get back into sports cards. And weirdly enough, it was something that I wanted to get back into, but didn't do it.
Because you were watching basketball.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of basketball and wanted to collect basketball cards. And then you was like, I might get into it. I was like, you know what? Let's start it together. And do you remember the first card you bought?
It's really bad, I don't.
You don't?
It shows you how much I buy. I buy too much.
My first card was a Lonzo Ball with like base illusions card. I've still got it to this day just to keep it.
I probably bought some base card that I bought for £10.
I think I bought the base card for £5.
Well, I think during COVID time, like base card, like the World Cup 2014, base Ronaldo and Messi, they were going for what, £1,000 or more. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But the reason why, how I got into the hobby like properly, I wouldn't say collecting match tags when you're younger and all that. It's in the hobby, but you're not really. Yeah, it's weird. You're kids, so you wouldn't.
But actually, like in this hobby.
In this hobby, yeah. So it was Pieface actually. I was COVID going through the streams and I saw Pieface. I was like, I'll watch him while I play my games on my PC. And then I saw him opening, I think it was Immaculate, and I was like, oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
I think he was showing off his collection. He had Harry Kane. I think it was on card auto, and it was like a patch. Okay. And I was like, oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
You get a patch of your favourite player on card. And it was really weird. Instead of typing like, I don't know, Panini Immaculate or Topps Chrome, I was typing football cards, patch, football card, autograph.
That's what you do when you first start. Yeah. So should we, let's start going through your collection. So let's go with let's go with like the lower PC first. So it's not really a PC, but like you've got some Star Wars. You go to Star Wars?
Yeah, it's weird. So like a year ago, I think was it a year ago? No, 2 years ago. If you told me Star Wars, I'd be like, no, I'm never watching that. It's nerdy or whatever. And then there was had some complications. I had to stay at home for a month, so I had nothing to do. So I was going to watch something. Yeah. I went on Disney and I saw Star Wars and I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And I watched the whole thing. Everything Star Wars now I've seen. Yeah. I've only picked out 3. I've got some in America at PSA. So the first one, Obi-Wan Kenobi, one of the greatest characters of all time.
Lovely.
Obviously, Ewan McGregor, Back Refractor, 9 out of 10, PSA 9. It's from Topps Finest. Probably one of my favourite sets, this one.
I think Finest is one of the best from Star Wars.
Yeah. I've got, I think it's an Anakin Skywalker out of 50 at PSA. So, but yeah. I was going to say, I'll put in the comments, if you watch, when you're watching, who is your favourite Star Wars character? For me, it's probably Anakin Skywalker.
For me, it's got to be Luke Skywalker.
I think, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker. They're his top three, really. You got Yoda. But and then, obviously, you got the new TV show coming out. Well, it was Ahsoka, so I've got Ahsoka out of 50. Hera Syndulla, obviously, in the... I can't remember what series it is with Star Wars. I know he's with Ezra, just normal free. I don't really collect it a lot. It's weird. Like I always say, I'll buy Star Wars, and then 5 minutes later I sell it, which I shouldn't. Like I had discs out on the card show just to see what people think. There was a lot of people interested, but didn't want to make that bridge.
It's a small niche collection.
But it's weird, like some of the one-of-ones, like not just Obi-Wan Kenobi, like Star Wars players. The people at the show, like Star Wars, some of their one-of-ones are crazy.
No, they are, to be fair, the one-of-ones.
You're like, I've never heard of him, but his one-of-one goes for, 1.5k, and you're like, I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah. So you're getting into a new PC, should we say, that a lot of sports people don't like, which I know you can all guess. Is the old Pokemon. So I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about it. He don't know nothing about it. But you're learning.
Yeah.
And you picked up quite a bit at London Card Show.
You guys might be, what the hell is this? So, Deoxys VMAX looks quite cool. I think this is one of the new generation Pokemons because I've never heard of him. Quite a cool one. I might send it to Graham, I'm not too sure. This one, I thought the artwork was
it's really cool.
Squirtle, is it a promo? I believe no, it's not a promo. Obviously you got Pidgey there, I think. Squirtle is quite a cool one. This one, Tyranitar, looks cool. I was born in the year 2000, so I thought it'd be a nice one.
Yeah.
PSA 8, not the best grade, but obviously it's Japanese, as you can tell. Different background. We've got this Magmar, Japanese as well, I believe. I think this is... I'm not too sure what it's... Yeah, I know it's Magmar, but I don't know what type of card it is, but it looks cool.
Cool.
These I picked up, I think, on eBay or something. Red Quasars, they look cool, look cheap.
Yeah.
Look, £8 and £3. They're cheap cards, look really nice. I think I've got some more, which I forgot to bring down. And then Umbreon, obviously Umbreon at the moment is... fly. I don't know a lot about Pokemon, but I know obviously the new set of prismatic evolutions. I was talking to Lewis about it, that you can pull. I think it's like 1.2. At the moment, well, at the time it was about £2,000 for the hit card, and you buy a boost box for 50 quid retail, 40 quid retail.
It's crazy. Isn't it?
So it's crazy, yeah. So Pokemon at the moment is booming. I think sometimes it's a bit too expensive for some of the collectors, but. No, Pokemon's, I think, a good market to get into.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's cool.
So, one that is, I'd say, your main PC is vintage, right? If you know Jason, he loves a bit of vintage. Vintage is something that, of course, you collect quite a bit. Is it any specific vintage that you collect, or is it really just...
When I started off, it was just buying random stuff. And then I just went to the Spanish side. So, obviously, eltorocards, Spanish name. The ball. And then, so I was talking to my parents, well, my mum's Spanish, so I said, who did my granddad watch in Spain? And she was like, Di Stefano, Puskas. And she said Hento. I'm like, who's Hento? I've never heard of him. It mustn't be that good if I've never heard of him. Because at that time I thought I knew everything about football. Well, I don't anyway. And she was like, research him. And at the time, not now, but he was a player with the most Champions League trophies. He had 6. Obviously now you've got Modric, I think Cruz with 6, obviously Real Madrid won 6 at the moment. And then researched about him, and him, Di Stefano and Puskas was like the MSN. So obviously, Barcelona, Messi, Neymar, Suarez, and Real Madrid you had Ronaldo, Benzema and Bale. I forgot about that. They were the modern day, like in the 60s, Puskas, Di Stefano and Hento. So researched about him, and then some of the cards in the vintage world.
Let's have a look at a couple of these Hentos. Any random stuff.
So these are not really important ones, but some of the designs, like just green, plain background, really nice. Hento, 1.5. I believe this is pop 1.
Yeah.
None higher. Next one, you got the 1962 Vice, obviously Hento. You got two of
There's
these.
quite a few players in this set. I believe there's like Eusebio.
No, so Puskas, Di Stefano, Pele. Pele's the big one here. Garincha, I think. Yeah, really, really cool one. Obviously,
nice, yeah.
This is an Italian version. You've got a Brazilian version as well, which I've got one raw, but I haven't graded. This one I picked up at London Card Show, I think 3 or 2 London Card Shows ago. So this is 1956 Bruguera.
Yeah, nice.
Normally, when you look at the Spanish like in cards in the 50s and 60s, Bruguera is like the tops or the Panini of that time. So it's quite a popular. This I've only seen one Hento like this, and this is the one.
Yeah.
I've seen Kubara and stuff, but this is the only Hento I've seen. It's obviously pop
Quite
one.
a rare one.
This one, so these 3 are probably my 3 favourite Hentos. La Colonial, you got the 1955, and then there's 1954, which is a larger one, so it'll be like that size. Same design, but just larger. Really, really cool. Yeah, picked this up from my guy Seb in America.
He's good with vintage as well, and he's kind of got you into it a lot. And
Seb has helped me a lot. Like, I think I speak to him more than one missus, which is bad, but he just helps me so much. Like giving me deals, information. Like,
because a lot of this stuff, how do you value it? Like,
you can't.
It's not really comps. You can't look at comps and go, this is what it's worth. Because of the age of it, the rarity. Like that one that you said there, this one here that you mentioned, the pop one. So where would you can't value it really, unless you kind of like what you value it at.
Yeah, and as well, sometimes you've got obviously auction websites like Goldin, Fanatics that do, sell stuff like. Next one, I bought this raw actually on eBay, which Seb actually sent me the link for. He was like, I know you collect a Hento, get this. And he didn't even have one, but he said, go for this. So I went for this. This is probably my favourite Hento, the 1962 Mira Mondiale.
It's very nice.
Very, very rare set. I think recently the Di Stefano went for a grand raw.
Wow.
Obviously this is a SGC 5, pop 1, none higher. Some of the colours, like you got the Spain colour, you can see his necklace,
it's
vibrant.
Cool.
Thinking this card's 63 years old.
And the colour of it,
and the colour's still maintaining.
But then talking about colour, now this one.
So this, I've never seen another Hento before.
Yeah.
This is the only one I've seen. Picked it up from Seb. He said if I ever sell it and it's not to him, he'll come find me and do stuff to me that I don't want it. But yeah, no, this really, really rare one. Really, really nice background. Got obviously a little description, biography about him. La Furia Española.
Very nice, yeah.
Yeah, 1955. I've only seen one Hento. I've seen 2 Kubalas, and that's the big players. I've never seen anything like that. So, probably my rarest Hento.
Other kind of vintage stuff, just some other random
so I've got most of my stuff is in America, so this is what I've got on me. So, got a Dixie Dean 1928 Lovell. If you're talking about Dixie Dean, a lot of people say, it was in the 1910s and 20s. You weren't that good. Footballers weren't that good.
This card being nearly 100 years old.
100 years old,
crazy.
Yeah. And then you've got, they played on pitches that were like really rough. Yeah. They played with a ball that was probably like titanium. This wasn't their first only job. They probably worked other jobs as well. But yeah, this Dixie Dean is really, really rare one. It's probably one of his top 10 cards. Yeah. I think there's only 10 graded in the world of this.
Wow.
We'll do Bobby Moore. This one, there's only it's pop free in the whole grading thing. So you've got 2 authentics and 1 4, which obviously this is a 4. Obviously Thai-field tea, the tea that everyone loves. But yeah, no, this is a really, really cool one. I think you've got different versions of this. Yeah. But yeah, got this one. I've got another one raw, which I need to grade, but really, really cool one of Bobby Moore. Obviously, West Ham legend.
Yeah, of course. This next one you're about to show, I really, really like. Now, guys, if you know this person right here, this is a beautiful card.
So, Pele, for me, second greatest player of all time, just behind Messi. There's 2 versions. Well, they've got quite a lot of versions, but you've got 2 main versions. You've got one, Lewis put it up on the screen, I'll let him know what it is. You get it from a newspaper. Okay. And no, it's a plain deck of cards. So you get them, you buy them in the shops, and you get like Pele, Di Stefano, Roman Coppa, all the big legends. But then you get a certain amount and you trade it into the newspapers, and then you get these particular cards. So obviously they'll have like different designs, and this is where you got the Pele from. So this is a very, very rare one. I think there's less than 30 graded. in the world. So really, really cool one.
Very nice.
And they're very hard to get in high grades. And once you get in the high grades, you're talking about thousands. Next one, I just bought this one. Unfortunately, I've just noticed a massive crack. I know, PSA weekend. Yeah,
that's a massive slab. Compare it to another slab.
It's like a surfboard.
Honestly, that's crazy.
Yeah. 1965, obviously not his rookie year.
Yeah.
Rookie year for Bob Moore was 1962 with the Quaker Oats. But really, really nice one. I think I picked this up for like £20.
Nice.
And there's something like that, pot one, none higher. Mate, you can't complain. Bob Moore and the West Ham. 2 months out West Ham kit I've got upstairs.
Yeah,
really,
it's
really
nice.
So,
really nice.
yeah. Really love
So
that.
before we show a couple of your lot, well, you haven't really got much modern, to be honest, because you're not really a big modern collector. We'll show that one last, because this is a big card that Jason picked up at the London Card Show.
Yeah.
Probably your biggest card, would you say biggest card in the PC, in the collection right now?
Modern, yeah. I wouldn't say vintage-wise. Vintage-wise, I'd put some of these above them. Yeah,
okay.
just because...
So let's go through something that a lot of people don't know, and would never know if they see it, which is League of Legends Jason's into. Now, you know the game League of Legends, of course, the PC game. If any of you do play it, let us know in the comments. Jason plays it a lot. He's got into collecting a lot of the League of Legends cards. And to be honest with you, I didn't know they actually had them until me and Jason buy a lot on Card Hobby here and there. And these are obviously quite big on there. That's where he gets them all, pretty much. So let's just go through. We'll just go through them nice and quickly. We'll just like it and
So these are the League of Legends pros. These are from the Chinese pro set. So Buffen, they do the Chinese league and they do the Korean league. They've done the Chinese league first for about 2 years. So for example, you've got this. It's called a Wombo combo set. So
Wombo combo.
It's a really cool name. So these are I haven't completed it yet. I'm still missing a few. Obviously, you got the London Card Show. Shout out to Harry and the team. So Wombo combos case hits. So say for example, like your Panini Color Blast or stuff like that, and it shows you the play they actually do in game, and they show you the keys they actually press to do that play. So it's quite cool.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Obviously, it shows you where they play. So top lane, you've got. I think most of these are top lane. I think you've got bot lane. So they just show you the keys that they press, and it's quite cool. Probably hard to grade, I'm guessing, and it shows you the champion they use at the background. It's quite cool.
One thing I've just noticed behind that is an auto. So auto from League of Legends, which a lot of people probably thinking an auto.
I know, really.
But this is again just from the actual player.
Yeah, so a player called 369. This is from the third year of League of Legends. So you've got the champion in the background. He's called Sion. You got the Chinese player, obviously 369, and that's his auto.
He's always 369.
Yeah, he's always. There's some that's really bad. I don't think I've got it in here, but you got a player called Bin.
His auto is just BIN.
You've got a player called Shiake, but if he does his auto, it's called Shit. Which at 25 and just description. I've got one more gap, but these are one of ones from the new Masterpiece set.
Okay.
Probably the biggest set just because you got a player called Faker.
Really?
Like, he's that good. Like, if you know, like, esports, so like, I don't know, Call of Duty or FIFA esports, that you all know Faker. You just, these are the backgrounds that I think they're quite cool.
They're one of ones. So if you know esports, let me know in the comments, guys, if you know Faker. I don't know who Faker is. Could be fake. Bad joke. Let us know in the comments if you know him.
Oh god, there's a hair in there as well. So I was going to send that for grain. I don't think I will now. So the LPL set called Summer. I think the Summer Split. Now, what you can do. So say for example that I think they've done this with Score in Panini or something. Panini Score.
I think they do it a lot in soccer as well.
I thought it was quite cool. So what they done. So there's a player called Zeus. So Zeus. And they've actually put Z. Oh yeah, I put it the wrong way around. Zeus. So it spells his name.
That's cool.
It's quite cool. Out of 5, red colour.
Very
match.
nice.
He's left T1, which is T1 is like the greatest organisation of all time. So you put Real Madrid together with Barcelona, Man City. They're that good. I think there's been 11 championships and they've won 5.
Wow.
So that team, really cool design. You got Peanut. There's some weird names. You got Deft. No, I didn't hear you. He's probably the second greatest player of all time behind Faker. You've got that owner against sort of die cut. You've got Delight, so his auto Delight. Zeka, 1 of 1. You've got the out of 5s. So this is Faker. So this is an insert. It's actually see-through, which is quite weird.
That's cool.
I'm not sure if I'll grade that. This one's quite cool. So imagine like...
First of all, a patch.
Yeah, from their actual... Yeah. So, for example, the best way to describe it is so all these three play in mid lane, so that's one specific role. So imagine having, I don't know, let's put Haaland, Isaac, and who's another striker in the Premier League?
Chris Wood.
Chris Wood. So it'll be all them patches in there. So it's quite cool.
Yeah,
imagine they actually done that. Like, I don't know. Well, they probably do it. Well, they do it anyway. Messi, Ronaldo, Haaland, they do that auto.
Yeah.
You know. But imagine they done like, I don't know, Bowen, Max Kilman, and Antonio. What a weird League of Legends. They actually do grade at PSA, which is quite cool. This is the first year they graded PSA. I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, so this is Faker. Out of 5, colour match. Yeah, it cost me quite a lot, so...
So let's have a look at now. You haven't got much modern, because you don't really... You just kind of like buy and sell it here and there for London and stuff like that.
I just buy and then sell low.
But you have picked up one maybe for the PC, should we say. It's...
Are we talking about that one?
We're talking about that one.
Well, I'll show you this before it will hint the player.
Which can you show the screen?
It's a bit annoying. So, I bought this card on eBay. If the guy's watching... I'm not going to say it because I might get banned.
My channel, mate. I'll get banned.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Lamine Yamal, obviously, I've always said try not to pick up the prospects when they're very high in price. But Lamine Yamal,
I don't think he's a prospect anymore.
I just think he's the real deal.
Yeah.
You know, was Neymar doing this at 17? No. You know, plays like that. So I would normally watch Barcelona. My family watch Barcelona. They support them. So I know about Lamine Yamal, really good player. I'm not doing it to invest. I think I am doing it to invest, but also because I like him. You know, pick up what you like, as everyone says. Yeah, and the first one that I picked up is this Inception from New Inception rookie Lamine Yamal at 75.
Very nice.
Call it colour match. And the guy shipped it like this without any team bags. So when I received it, the card was like that, and all the corners are not amazing, but you know when you're going to send it for grading, and now you can't. What are you going to do with it? So I've had a word with him. I don't know what's going to happen. I might just keep it for the collection. Why not?
But it is lovely. You picked up it on the card show. You haven't released a video yet? That's coming out. This will come out probably. Today is Tuesday. We're recording this. Might come out either Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday time.
Better be Thursday because
so. If you've seen the London Card Show vlog, if you haven't, make sure you check out Toro's vlog. But he has picked up.
So this Lamine Yamal auto out of 50 rookie, beautiful. So London Sports Cards, Patrick, we always vendor next to it at the London Card Show. And he was like, "What card do you like in my showcase?" I was like, "Oh, I like that Lamine Yamal," which he recently just picked up 5 minutes ago.
I didn't think he picked it up 5 minutes later. You was like,
I really want that because I've always said I want a Lamine Yamal auto.
Yeah.
You know they're expensive. I think base goes for about $300 or something like that. And I was like, I want that because I think there's a guy called Ned.cards collects like Mitrovic, like Slovenian or Slovakian players, and he had that in this case. And I said, if I do well at the show, I'll buy it. Then he sold it to Patrick. And I was like, no, I need that card. That's going on with me. So we sorted out a deal. To be honest, the deal that he gave me was...
It was a good deal.
I kept arming and erring, but I was like, I've got to do it.
Yeah.
He's given me such a good deal, I have to take it. And then, obviously, I don't think it's gradable. I'm not too sure. I haven't really looked at it. I've just literally kept it there in my room. Just on...
It seems like the centre in slightly up at the front.
Obviously,
very, very minor.
With PSA changing their grading...
The front's got to be
perfect. So, but no, really, really nice card.
It's Lamine Yamal auto, gold to 50.
Yeah, I think I believe in Lamine Yamal anyway, and obviously I believe in the market for football and soccer in general will go up. This is going to be a card to hold.
100%.
Obviously, if someone offers money for it and decent deal, I'll probably sell it. But you know,
this is the card I'm going to keep forever. If someone offers the right money, I'll sell it.
It's like there's this guy I think called he's called Matt. He's in the Vintage Discord and he put out a post that people say, they put a 3-paragraph essay on why they bought this Grail card and then they sell it 5 minutes later. That's me. But that's probably the biggest card that I've got, other than say Vintage maybe. But mate, it's such a nice one. Lamine Yamal. I've been buying a lot of Lamine Yamal. I'm starting to buy, grade, sell, trying to make a little side hobby. To do that, hopefully that goes well. But it's weird. My collection compared to a lot of other people is really weird. But obviously, You got.
The thing is, this is your collection. It's
But I
what
think-
kind of you've got and like what you like collecting, and that's
I
what
think
this
as
is about.
well. Like obviously, I collect League of Legends. That's my niche. And then, for example, you've got RP trading cards. He collects women's cards. That's his niche.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who collect women's cards, but compared to like the men's soccer, is not a lot of people collect it. So that's his niche.
Yeah.
And then you've got.
It's good to have that niche.
Yeah, it's always good. And look, everyone says collect the one you enjoy.
That has been walking through El Toro's collection. Thank you so much, El Toro, for letting me in your home, your humble abode, and going through your collection. If you don't, of course, subscribe to Jason. Make sure you do already. Follow on Instagram. It's eltorocards on YouTube and Instagram. I'll put the link in the description, so make sure you click on it, drop him a subscription and a follow. Thank you so much, Jason, for being a part of the video. I really do appreciate it. And comment down below who should be in the next episode, and I will see you then. Goodbye.